Hello coders, welcome to Suffolk Codes Part 4. Thank you to everybody who came to our last meeting, and our next live meeting will be November 17th at 6:30 on Zoom, and that's a Tuesday, and I hope to see you there. Alright guys, we're going to be in the Express course again this week, and I'm going to go to View Course. And last week we did Creating Art, and this week we're going to do Lesson 6, starting with Loops with Ray and BB-8. And you can watch the video as usual. And we are going to practice our loops. So we need to use 5 of the same blocks to get to the scrap metal. And this is a little bit of a review. We did some of this in the Pre-Reader Express course, but I think this will be really good for us to practice. So we're going to need our loop. Oh no, wait, is this as 5 of the same blocks? Excuse me, we don't need our loop yet. So we need to pick up the scrap, and it's in a straight line. So we are going to move forward, and then we're going to move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just going to move forward 5 times. Let's check and see if we fulfilled the requirements. All right. So we talked about loops in the pre-reader course, and the loop is basically, it's going to tell you to repeat, or it's going to tell your sprite to repeat an action a certain number of times. So we want our BB-8 to move and pick up the scrap, and we want to use the loop to do it. So here we're supposed to guess what's going to happen next. So we've got when run is set up, and it's going to repeat this 5 times. So he's going to move forward 5 times. And what do we think will happen? Do we think he won't move? No, we think he will move, because there's no reason why this code shouldn't work. And do you think he'll only move 1 space? No, he's not going to move just 1 space, because we've got the move forward in our repeat loop block. Will he move 5 times and get all of the scrap metal? I think he will. Alright, so we need to tell BB-8 to get all of the scrap metal, and we need to use a loop. And it tells us here to try creating a loop that uses only 1 block inside of the repeat block. So if we look at our BB-8, this is a pretty simple puzzle because we're just trying to go in a straight line. But I think it's giving us these extra blocks just to kind of see if we wanted to play around a little bit. So it looks to me like BB-8 is already facing the right direction. So let's try just doing the loop, and we're going to move forward. And we need to make sure our loop is telling us the right number of moves. So we want to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It already says repeat 5 times, so we should be good to go. Let's check it out. Awesome. And this is actually a little simpler than what you guys did in the pre-reader course, because you don't have to tell him to pick up the scrap every time he passes over it. We might build up to that, but as of right now, this should be pretty easy for you guys, because you have already done an awesome job dealing with this before. And let's check this one out. Alright, in this puzzle, 2 repeat loops will help you get BB-8 to all the scrap metal with the fewest number of blocks. So our goal here is to use as few blocks as possible. So let's see, we can look at our BB-8, and he's already facing this direction, it looks like. So we probably need to start by moving forward. And we know we're supposed to use as few loops as possible, so we want to look at our loop right away and see if we can use it here. So our first step is going to be to move forward, and we need to move forward more than 1 block. So let's try using the repeat block first, and let's count our moves. We need to move 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So if we need to move 4 times, we know that we have to change this number. So let's change that to 4, and we're going to use our move forward. And that should put us here in this corner. And then we know we can't go forward anymore because we'll walk right off the map. So we know that BB-8 has to turn. So he's going to turn. You need to think about where BB-8's right and left would be. So if BB-8 were sitting right in front of you, what would be his right side and what would be his left side? So right here, the side that we can see, that's going to be his right side. So we know that he's going to reach this corner and that he has to turn in this direction. And this direction is going to be towards his right. So we're going to need our turn block, but we have to change it to right. And then once we turn, we need to get all the way down here. So we need to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces forward. So that's pretty repetitive, and that's telling me that we can use another loop block. So let's do another loop, and we're going to use our move forward. And this time we do need the 5 because we counted the spaces. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see if we got it. Awesome. All right. Okay, I got you guys started, but I want you to work on the rest of this module independently, and we will work through it together at our next meeting so that we can all see how we get through everything. But if you finish the level and you're ready to try a new challenge, go ahead and check out the bonus levels. And if you power through that, go on ahead and start lesson 7. Lesson 7 is also loops, but it's going to be creating sticker art with loops. And it's pretty fun, but it's a bit more complicated. So this is kind of like the module we did where we made art with code, but we're using loops and we're using stickers. So if you get into this one, I think it'll be a really good challenge for you. But if you don't get this far, that is perfectly fine. This is all about creating your own learning experience. And I hope you guys had a good time, and I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday at 6:30 on Zoom, and we will work through the rest of that module together. And maybe we'll even have time to get it into sticker art, and that'll be a lot of fun. All right, I look forward to seeing you.